Good morning, everyone. My name's Emily. I'm here to give a presentation today on explicit instruction and inquiry learning styles. Please excuse me if I reference my notes, but I really don't want to get anything wrong for you. The first learning style I'll talk about is explicit instruction. Explicit instruction is a very teacher-centred and directed learning style. The teacher sets very clear goals for both learning and behaviour, and clearly explains to students why these goals have been chosen and how they fit in with the students' learning. The learning topic fits in a very defined area, and the students are again told reasons why they're learning about a specific topic. And the topic is very clearly scaffolded in small steps, which enables students to gradually grow and increase as their skills and experience grow. The context that I would use this in is in teaching middle primary school a new skill. For example, like constructing their first long piece of writing, whether it's a story or an essay or anything like that. The reason I would choose explicit learning is because I feel it's a very good skill for teaching new skills. You can describe the skill, demonstrate it, and then students can practice it. The way I would introduce it is I would look at, with the students, why we need to learn how to produce longer pieces of writing, look at some examples, read through them, why weren't they said shorter, why has the writer chosen the style they have. The teacher would demonstrate, even if it's not writing, they demonstrate their thought processes in putting together a longer piece of writing, and think out loud, writing on the board, I am thinking about X, Y, Z in my planning, and this is why I'm doing it. The students and teachers would prepare a piece together, which lets the teachers still lead, but the students are starting to get more and more actively involved. Then I would step back and introduce more complexity as the students gain confidence. And of course, that'll be different for every student. They're not all going to reach the same level at the same time, but some will need to be extended and some will need more support. There has been a lot of research showing that students that can work with this learning style and have been taught in this learning style can produce longer essays, and you'll find the reference for that in the transcript. I feel that this would be a very effective way of teaching a new skill to the middle primary school because it's very clear, it's very direct, students know exactly where they're headed and why they're heading there. You can bring in as much or as little scaffolding as the students need, and that gives them the experience of success, which is so important in building their confidence and engaging students. I also think it would be very good for me to develop effective teaching practices because I need to know the subject in depth. I need to know every little step in laying it out so that I can scaffold it and break it down for the students. The second learning theory I'll talk about is inquiry-based learning, which is very student-centred. Teacher is a facilitator of the learning. It is as much about learning the topic as learning the deeper thinking skills that are involved in that topic. Inquiry learning is based on constructivist learning theories, and understanding is built by the students with the teacher guiding them. And it draws in a lot more of student experience, open-ended questions, and that focus on higher level thinking skills. So the context I would use it in, again I'm looking at middle school, is for example to run a unit on environmental awareness. And preferably I'd use this after I've done the explicit learning on how to write a long piece, and then if the students need that they can fall back on that learning. I would provide a problem or a question to the class. We need to look at why is this happening, how could we change it. Then they can use the skills that they've been taught in a relevant, realistic, real world fashion and know that they're actually contributing to something useful. I think this would be a good strategy for student learning because it draws on what they already know. They can choose what their slightly what their topic is, how they present it, define some of their own goals, and that leads to a very high level of student interest and engagement. It also recognises their own prior learning again. I think this strategy would contribute to effective teaching practice, because the teacher has to be actively involved in keeping abreast of real-world topics and real-world topics and knowing what's going on. And especially in enabling students to draw links between topics and between different subjects that they've taught. All right, thank you.